In today's video tutorial, what we'll be doing is we'll be checking out the default functionality of Magento 2. Hi, and welcome back to this new video tutorial of Magento 2. In today's video tutorial, what we'll be doing is we'll be checking out the default functionality of Magento 2, wherein we'll be checking out the marketing reports section in the default Magento 2 itself. So under the marketing reports, we'll be checking out the different sections that provide us with the different reports like products in cart, search terms, abandoned carts, and newsletter problem reports section. But before I proceed further with this particular video tutorial today, please do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive the latest updates from our end. And if you find this particular video helpful, then do kindly give it a thumbs up. So let's do one thing. Let's hop on to the admin backend panel of the default Magento 2 and let's check out the marketing reports section and the different sub options that we get under the same for checking out the different reports there itself. For the same, let's hop on to the admin backend panel now. So right now what I'll be doing is I'll be logging into the admin backend panel of the default Magento 2 and then we'll be checking out the marketing reports section itself. So for the same, let's do one thing. Let's log into the admin backend panel first. So I'll be entering the username password and I'll be tapping here on the sign in button thereafter. Now after we have successfully logged into the admin backend panel, on the left hand side panel, as you can see, here we have one option with the name reports. So if I go to the reports, here you can see that we have different reports like marketing, sales, customers, review, products, and the business intelligence as well. So what we need to do is we need to go to the marketing one, the one that we are going to talk about in today's particular demonstration. And here you can see that we have different marketing reports that we get like products in cart, search terms, abandoned carts, and the newsletter problem reports as well. So what I'll be doing is I'll be going through each of these reports and we'll be seeing what different data we get under each of them one by one. So let's go to the products in cart first. Now if I go to the products in cart, here we can find the complete list of products that have been added into the cart and have not yet been processed by the customers there. So these products are still awaiting in the cart for the checkout there. So here you'll find the details of the products like the name of the product, the price of the product, the cart values. For example, here you can see that the watch chronograph for 1999 euros is having two quantities in two different carts there. So this product is available in two different carts of two different customers there. The bundle product and the product test, they are available in one cart of one customer there. And on the right hand side under the orders column, here you can see that we have different values here. So here you can see that the watch chronograph was ordered one time, the bundle product was ordered one time, and the product test was ordered one time. So here we have the ID of the products in cart, where we have the product name, then we have the price, then we have the cart values. The cart values define basically the number of carts within which these products are available. So the watch chronograph is available in two different carts of two different customers there. So that's why the value is being displayed as 2 for the watch chronograph there. And for the orders, it displays the number of orders placed for each of those products by various customers there. Now here on the products in cart section, what you can do is you can also basically export the data into a CSV or an XML file format. To export the same, what you need to do is you just need to select the particular file type in which you want to export the data there, and then you need to tap here on the export button, and this will basically export the data into a CSV file. Now if you choose it as an XML file, then the particular data would be exported into the XML file there. Now if I open this particular CSV file, you'll see that the particular data would be displayed. Let me open this up. It's coming up, and if I tap here on the OK button on the particular prompt here, and let me cancel this one out. So here you can see, here we have the IDs, here we have the products, here we have the price, the products within the different carts, and the number of orders placed for each of the products there. Now let me close this out. Now coming to the other marketing report, that is the search terms. Let's go to the search terms now. Now under the search terms, here what happens is that for example, a customer comes to your website there and your website is having different store views. Now if a customer is accessing any of the store views and he's on any of the particular store views there, and what happens is that he is searching for a particular query there. Now that particular query would then be displayed under this search term section itself, and you can basically filter out for each of the particular store views what different queries the customer had searched for on the storefront there. Now here you can see that here we have the search term reports, and here you can see that the watch product was searched on the default store view of the main website there, and the result was basically displayed. The number of items or the products within that particular result were only one, and the customer did tap on that particular what we say as the product itself. Now for example, if I tap on this value here for the watch, we'll be able to see the general information wherein we can see the search query was watched by the customer, the store view was the default store view, the number of search results displayed to the customer for the last time placed were 1, the number of users were 1, the result that was populated, the customer tapped on one of the results, so that's why the number of users is 1, and display in suggested terms, yes, is set as 1 for the same. Now you can delete the search term as well, you can reset the values, or you can tap here on the back button to go back to the particular listing itself. Now here you can see that for the configurable product, when the customer was accessing the main website store there, and the store view was testing view, for example in this particular demonstration, as you can see here for the config product, 11 results were displayed to the customer, and from the 11 results the customer had tapped on one of the results there, and you can see that the suggested terms is also set as 1 for this. Now same goes with the other one as well. So for example, here you can see that we have a bundle product. It was basically searched on the default store view for the main website there, or the main website store there basically, and 11 results were populated and displayed to the customer for the searched query there, and or the what we say as the search term basically, and the customer had tapped on 2 of those related items within those populated items within the search results there itself. Now here what you can do is you can also basically delete basically any of the what we say as the results or the search terms by choosing the particular action from this particular drop down here, or you can also search the query by using the query name as well. For example, the customer search for watch, so I can search it out as well. I can filter out the results. Apart from that, if I go back, I hit the enter, all of the results would again be displayed. I can choose the store view according to which I can filter out the search terms as well that were searched by the customers there. So if I choose a testing view for example and I hit the enter button, you can see that for the testing store view we are having the simple and the config product that was searched by the these were the terms that were searched by the customer there on the particular store view there. If I go with the default store view and I hit the enter button there, you can see that the config product, bundle product and the watch was searched on the default store view, and here we have the results that were displayed to the number of results displayed to the customer, and the users are also displayed from the or the clicks that were made on the product. So within the results there, they are also being listed here as well. So apart from that, if you want, you can also add a new search term here, and to do so you can do one thing. You can tap here on the add new search term, and this will bring up this particular section, and you can enter a particular query that you know that the customers are searching for. You can choose the store view, you can set up a redirect URL for that, and you can also choose to display in the suggested terms as well by choosing a yes option for the same there. So this was the particular section for the for the what we say for the report section, and it was the search terms. Now let's come down to the abandoned cart section. Now under the abandoned cart section, here what happens is that the admin would be able to see the complete list of abandoned carts there by the different customers itself, and from here he can see the name of the customer, the email of the customer, the number of products within the abandoned cart, the quantity of the products within the cart, their subtotal. Now if I go to this particular front end here and I go to the different items that I had added into the cart here, like the watch chronograph and the bundle product, and here you can see that the price is 2,779.01 euros there. Now the same abandoned cart is being displayed here for the jack@webcool.com, 2 products, 2 quantity, subtotal is 2,779.01 euros. None of the coupons has been applied by the customer there. The creation date, the updation date, and the IP address of the customer is also visible here. Now if I want to exactly check from the backend panel what different products are there within the abandoned cart for the respective customer, then what I need to do is I just need to tap on the respective row for the displayed result. So if I tap here on this Jack Daniel value here, we will be redirected to the customer section, wherein I can scroll down and I can go to the shopping cart section, and under the shopping cart you can see we have the bundle product and the watch chronograph, and the pricing of both of these are being displayed here. And these were the same products, watch chronograph and the bundle product, with 1 quantity each, so 2 quantity of 2 products are in total in the cart there, and the same were displayed here as well. Now lastly, after the abandoned cart, we have the newsletter problem reports. Now after the admin has set up a newsletter template in the default Magento 2, and he has sent the newsletters by setting up the queue for the newsletter there. If there are any issues in sending the particular newsletter to the respective subscribers of the newsletters there, then those issues would be displayed, or the problem reports would be listed under this particular section, that's the newsletter problem report section. And here what you can do is you can search the problem reports using the ID, the subscriber name, the queue start date, from and to values, the queue subject, the error code, and the error text as well. So right now there are none of the problems within the newsletters that we have sent out to the customers, so that's why none of the values are being displayed here under the newsletter problem report section itself. So yes, that were the basic reports that we get under the reports, and basically the marketing report section, that are the products in cart, search terms, abandoned carts, and the newsletter problem report section. And I hope that this particular video helped you out in understanding how these reports appear to the admin of the website there, and how he can utilize this data for his own good in the admin backend panel itself. So if you like the video, kindly do give it a thumbs up, and lastly, if you still have any questions, queries, suggestions, or requirements, then you can anytime get back to us at support@webcool.com, or you can raise a ticket at webcool.uvidesk.com as well. And lastly, thanks for watching this particular video, and have a great day ahead.